I call this the 3 stages of scaling. So stage number 1 is called foundation. This is where you go from 0 when you're just starting out up to 10,000 a month. And the foundation stage is really 2 things that you're going to focus on. Number 1 is mindset, and number 2 is skill set. So mindset is about like you're just starting out. You're probably thinking a lot like an employee. Your standards suck. You need to upgrade your beliefs. And one of my favorite quotes is this: if you don't yet have the business that you want, it's because you haven't become the person that can run it yet. And so it's all about the who that has gotten you here to start is not going to be the who that helps you create the business that you envision. So first thing is a big adjustment to your mindset. And the second thing is skill set, so which is marketing and sales. So marketing is simply figuring out how to let people know about your stuff. And then sales is convincing those people to give you money in exchange for the stuff you sell. And it's about creating mastery within this. You are starting and doing a new thing that you've never done before. And it's probably going to feel, and you can tell me if you can relate to this. I know like many of you are in this stage right now, it probably feels a lot like hustle, a lot like stress, confusion, overwhelm, and feeling like giving up every other day. And that's because you're doing something new. You're going through a forest and you've never been through that pathway before. And until you start to do more of this stuff over a period of time, it's going to feel weird until it doesn't. And when people ask me, like, what's the secret of success? It's being able to do what you know you need to do, regardless of how you feel about what you need to do, until the thing you need to do becomes easy. And it becomes easy by it becoming a habit, and you cannot skip this step. The thing that I want you to realize in the foundation stage is that it's not forever. It's just a season. And once you get through that, you'll be able to get to the assimilation and automation stage. And so this is where you kind of get to 5 to 10,000 a month, and all of the things that you've been doing, you just simply start to get better at it. So writing content, reaching out to people, speaking to people, sales, understanding the compensation plan and the Enagic products, you start to actually understand it. But then also you can actually take some of the profits that you've generated from your sales and you can reinvest them into systems, software, and team so that you can start to buy your time back and produce more with less work. Here's what this looks like. You make some money, you reinvest those profits into the right team. So for example, a virtual assistant or an appointment setter that is going to help you, grow your audience, reach out to people, do admin stuff, help with your DMs, etc. And what that does is that all of a sudden you've been doing everything and perhaps spending 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours a day. All of a sudden you're able to outsource some of those things you don't enjoy and that are taking you the most time. So all of a sudden you get time back. And that also then allows you to spend more time on the things that make you more money. So this is where business starts to get really fun because you've been doing everything. Now you're doing less. You have more space to be creative. And this is where you start to feel like, yo, I freaking made it. And it doesn't, and it starts to feel less like stress, agitation, and confusion and more like fun and freedom and alignment. Again, sharing this with you so you know what you've got to grow through in order to get to this point where you start to get to have the type of freedom business that you want. Now, stage number 3 is scale. So this is where you can invest money into paid advertising to increase your lead flow. You can do content scaling. So that just simply means putting more content on more platforms. You might hire an internal content person or hire a content agency. And then there is sales scaling. So using virtual events and pre-recorded webinars or YouTube, just like this video, so you can reach more people at scale. As you can see here, last month we ran a virtual event. We got roughly 400 people there. That's an example of content scaling and sales scaling. And then also my YouTube channel that I've opened up recently, again, is an example of the scaling stage. Now, quick recap. Stage number 1, foundation, 0 to 10,000 a month. You've just got to work on your marketing, sales, and mindset. You suck. Nobody knows you yet. They're not meant to. Don't get emotional about it. Put in the reps, put in the work, grind it out, do the volume, get good at it, make some money, move into the automation stage, get some time back, invest into the right team, start to feel a lot more aligned and creative, and fun. And then from there, we can start to scale by investing into advertising, etc. So please, 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 please. I hope that this has served you in the way that I intended, because this will change the game if you can just have this one.